Hi everyone. To prepare you for the upcoming lab, what we would like to have you do is actually get into the program that we'll be working with in lab to have a little bit of background experience, and believe me, all we want you to do is just kind of play with it. In lab you'll be kind of guided and shown how to use the program, but I think after going through some of these tutorials and seeing some of the examples, I think you'll get it. But we are going to in class this week give you the example to use a program called Scratch. Scratch is actually becoming very popular in schools because it is a way for young kids to code. I think coding is just a fancy word of saying programming. And so, as you know, when we were working with computers and things in the 80s and 90s, we were doing computer programming, but it wasn't very interesting and it wasn't very I think innovative for a lot of people. And so what they've come up with, the Scratch was made at MIT, and so they've developed this language where people can really just play and develop, okay? So the first thing that we want you to do is actually join Scratch. So you can do that in two places. You can either click on the button in the menu bar, or you can click down here. And then what you do is just get another username, and you guys, I'm just going to use one just for the sake of using one here, but will you please make sure you write down your Scratch account name and your password so that you don't forget it. I'll just type a password clone1 here, and then you just click on next. This again, I do think they keep this private. I'm just going to put something down here to keep it moving along, but you can put in your own information. They never ask for a name or anything like that. I think obviously they're just getting the profile of the users that are using this, okay? And then this is actually in the process where I'm going to stop. I have a Scratch account with every email address that I own, and so here you just put in your email address. I would recommend you using your Iowa State one, but you can use your Gmail one however you want to do it, however you want to associate with it, but they'll probably give you a confirmation email. Pay attention to that when you get it, because you might have to click on a link to actually activate the account. So just be mindful of that process. And again, I'm going to step back out of here, but you will follow it through. Okay? The other thing that you might want to do is have a look at this intro video. It's very short, but it would give you a little bit of a background. And then I would just take a few minutes to just kind of look at some of these examples. Okay? These are all created by people who are, just having fun doing programming, having fun doing computational thinking. And look at what they have over 12 million projects that are shared on this site. To kind of give you an example too, here's some more on specific animation, games. You guys will be creating a great game as one of your projects, so you might want to have a look at one of these. Interactive art, music and dance, stories. You guys, the interesting thing about Scratch is that it's kind of a remix environment in which, I know we're talking about copyright and those kinds of things, but in Scratch you are really allowed to share your stuff. And so people build off of each other's programs. So if you see a game that you really like, you look at the scripting of it, the programming of it, the coding of it, and then you can copy that and then just tweak it and make it your own. Okay, so that's kind of what you'll be working at, and how you'll kind of start getting into it. Like I say, you guys, this is a pretty popular environment anymore, whether it's Scratch Junior or Scratch for elementary students, and we're seeing this kind of emerging in schools again, which is really kind of fun, because I really think this is the kind of learning that we need to encourage in our students. And kind of keep this in mind. Some of you, this is going to be difficult for you because you've never done programming before. Stay at it. you've got to work with it. It's not going to come natural, so you just have to spend some time on it. Remember that you can always go to the CTLT and, take a computer home. This is all in the cloud, but if you need access to it like that, don't forget that you can get that access. But have a look at some of these and just have fun with it. Okay? So next week in lab, get that account.